It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're off from MetLife. Gray now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Giants. Their first drive of the game coming up. And leading them out, someone playing at a high level over a decade after entering the league. He's got a Super Bowl to his name. It's Russell Wilson.
Kate, Russell Wilson's one of the NFL's most experienced quarterbacks. He's also one of the winningest quarterbacks, even with a couple bumps in the road in Denver. Remember, over that decade in Seattle with Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom, there wasn't a quarterback that won more games in the history of the league over the first 10 years. 9 times to the Pro Bowl as well. Put a supporting cast around him, give him a run game and a defense, and Russell Wilson still knows very well how to play this game.
Wilson airing it out to start. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, it's Wilson. He locates Daniel Bellinger.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
From the gun, it's Tracy. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Wilson. He puts some power on a deep one left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Russ now from the gun. And that one looked like an interception for a second. Instead, it's incomplete. Defender couldn't hang on to it. 3rd down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Wilson now from the gun. He's got him. That's Tracy. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. That's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
Now throw in the direction of DJ Moore. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Short pass brought in. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Here we go, third and less than a yard. One in behind center with Swift. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Going run again with Swift. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought down by Paulson Adebo. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tyler Nubin with the tackle.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down, but instead the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Staying grounded with Swift, and he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks. Instead, well, the defense is energized with that stop.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be Giants football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Escapes out to the left. He can run it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
A give right side to Tracy. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Russ setting to throw. And he won't escape. The Bears take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Russ looking to throw. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams. That's complete, Cole Kmet. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. From the 27. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Williams to throw on first. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He's on the move. Now he takes it. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down. So through one, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Williams from the gun. Forced it. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running with Swift out of the gun. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. He's got it near the 10. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Now it's a bootleg for him. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Giants offense all set to get started. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
1st down, here's Russ. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Russ. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now here's Russ. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. To throw, here's Wilson. Able to hit Robinson, complete. 16 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Hit made by TJ Edwards. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Russ off the play fake. He finds Johnson. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
A handoff to Tracy. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Tracy once more. And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants parlay the interception into points. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Gano ready to send this away. Tyler Scott now to return it. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Williams to throw. Has his man. It's Odunze. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Finds him over the middle. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants' side of the field.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Williams on the play action. Complete out to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Bears first down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Bears pushing for a score before the break. First down, Williams. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Colson Adebo's got it. And the Giants take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
The Giants and Tyrone Tracy are running back on now. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, it's Wilson. The throw left side, caught by Neighbors. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down from the red zone. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Wilson now from the gun. And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants grow their lead just before halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Gano for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants double their lead to 14. Gano ready to send this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears going on offense here late in the half. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down throw by Williams. Short pass brought in. Rolling into enemy territory. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Has the connection to Adunze. And he's taken down at the 30. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, Williams. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Williams from the gun. Caught near the goal line. And in for the Chicago touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. That's going to bring us to the end of this first half of football with the Giants holding things down in East Rutherford. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Gano ready to send this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Chicago offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the pistol, Williams. Komet brings it in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Now Williams. Got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Swift gets it, going left. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Swift gets it on the option. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd down. Here's Williams. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Swift. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Micah McFadden able to make the play.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Running back sent in motion. From the 21. Finds his tight end. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
3rd and just 2 to go. A give right side for Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
They kick the running back in motion. To throw, Williams. This throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Williams to throw. Escapes the pocket. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Caleb Williams, the touchdown! Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears tie things up at 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Gray now on the return. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up. Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you could just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
The Giants are set to punt. It's going to be Jamie Gillen doing the honors. Pulled in at the 20. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A handoff left for Swift. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Williams set to pass. Flushed down out to his left. And this one doesn't go far.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Williams. Complete over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to the air. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Robinson in motion right. 1st down, here's Russ. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson into traffic. Complete. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Russ is cooking again. Rolling left by. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't the linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he'll try to hit this one well. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it's going to be Bears football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take a 4th quarter lead. DJ Moore, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Motioning him from the slot right. Wilson now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st down, ball at the 36. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Gets this to Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Wilson on third down. And that's incomplete. He's got down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
So out now comes the punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Complete out to the right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
1st down, here's Swift. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long. Back to throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, we chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
On now comes their punter. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. 58 yards on the punt there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Wilson now, 1st and 10. Gets this to Slayton. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Putting the tight end in motion. From the 31. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Sticking in the air with Wilson. Connects with Johnson.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go. Robinson sent in motion left. Throwing again, here's Wilson. He finds Slayton. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Once more, it's Wilson. He finds Johnson. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
On for the PAT, and a make would tie us up late. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Gano ready to send this away. Scott now to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Bears headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he's taken down after gaining a couple. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 28. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw it. Hits him on the out route. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Setting up to pass. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Moore's got it. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Running behind center with Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Going to run again with Swift. And he's going to take this down inside the 25 before being stopped. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Staying grounded with Swift. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. They run with Swift. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound a defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Important moment as they turn to Cairo Santos. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. One final shot here. The Bears close it in, and they'll get him. So the Bears take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Bears winners as we say so long from New York.